Have you ever wanted to find the perfect film recipe for your Fuji camera? Well, I think this might just be it. Hi, my name is Kevin, and I have been a wedding photographer for the past 10 years. I've been able to photograph some pretty amazing weddings along the way. The Fuji X100V has been my favorite camera for the last little bit since I've bought it. I've never purchased a camera that is so much fun, so easy to use, and is shockingly great quality. I bought the X100V as an everyday camera to photograph my everyday life, and then when I got the settings for black and white photos right, and I got them just dialed into how I like it, that was it for me. I'm sold. I don't need anything else. It's just, oh my gosh, it's so good. Very quickly, the X100V became my black and white camera for wedding days and in personal life. I shoot JPEG in black and white on this camera, and I deliver those to clients. I know that may sound crazy, but let me explain. At one of the first weddings where I was using the X100V as my black and white camera, one of the guests at the wedding came up to me and asked, "Is that a film camera?" And they were all excited, and I was like, "No, it's not, but it is looking like one, and also it's got film recipes." And I tried to explain what film recipes are and film simulation, and very quickly I realized I lost them. But then it hit me. What if I treated this like a film camera? I just shoot black and white in JPEG, and what I get is what I get. And I don't mean that in a flippant way of, oh, who cares what I get? I mean, when you take a photo on film, they scan it and they give you a JPEG, and you can tweak it, you can change some things in Lightroom, sure, but for the most part, what you get is what you get. So you better shoot really technically tight and really capture the moment well. What if I just did that with this? Because it looks like a film camera. It feels like a film camera. The photos look kind of filmy. Actually, I think a lot filmy. They look a lot filmy. The photos look really filmy. So why don't I just treat it like that? Now, it definitely requires a change in mindset to treat a digital camera like a film camera, because it's not film, it is digital, and so you can review and chimp and all that stuff. But as soon as I was able to start changing my mindset to treat it more like a film camera, it has liberated me to take some of the best photos that I have ever taken in work, on wedding days, and in my personal life. Like when I'm just hanging out with my nephews or with my kid, when I can just take photos of them hanging out, having fun, or my nephew's running around. It's just, there's just something about it that just feels so documentary, and I'm just capturing their life. And it's given me just such a great gift, and I'm just so thankful for that. So when people ask me now, is this a film camera? I say, yeah, sure, why not? And I want to be able to share the film recipe that I use with you, so you can take super cool photos on your X100V or any other Fuji camera. And that's the great thing, because Fuji cameras have all the film recipes in there. I'm pretty sure you can do this with just about every Fuji camera. Now, from a settings standpoint, I keep it pretty simple. Like I said, I'm trying to just be more in the moment. So I keep my shutter speed on auto, and then I also keep my ISO on auto. I mean, I do have in my settings a limiter of how low it'll let my shutter go. And I'm trying to sometimes get movement with blur, and then I'll go into manual, but for the most part, I just leave it on auto, and I don't let it go below, I think it's 1/60th of a second. And for my ISO, I just let it go as high as it wants to, because I'm not afraid of grain. I like grain. I think grain looks pretty great. So since that's on auto for shutter speed and the ISO is on auto, I just set my aperture here, and then I'm just using the exposure compensation dial for brighter and darker. And I know that may feel like stupidly simple, but it's allowed me to take great photos. So hey, I'll take it. So let's get into it. When it comes to the film simulation, I am using Acros with the green filter. I just like how it makes the skin tones look a little bit better. There's nothing going on with the monochromatic color. When it comes to the grain effect, I am using weak small. Color chrome effect is weak. Color chrome FX blue is off. White balance I have set to auto. And then dynamic range is also set to auto. D range priority is off. And then tone curve, the highlights are at +2, and the shadows are also at +2. When it comes to the sharpness, I have it just set to 0. And then noise reduction, I have it set to -2. If you follow the settings that I just shared, you'll have the exact recipe that I use to get the photos on this X100V, and you can also get it on whatever Fuji camera that you have. If you're ever looking for a lot of really great film simulation recipes, I would go and look at Fuji Weekly. There's a lot of amazing recipes on there. It's just an overall great resource. I hope that this video has inspired you to change how you look at how you take photos on a wedding day, and also just take more photos of your everyday life. Because one day, all you're gonna have is the photos to look back on, and I hope that they take you back to that moment so you can experience all of the joy and emotion you experience through this crazy thing we call life. And what a gift that is. I'll see you in the next video.